Good day, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Zach, and today we are going live on Tip2Tip. Working on that belly, guys. What's it all about? You got to get real. You have to tell yourself, every time I'm going to start Monday, I'm going to make a no. I got time. Maybe next month. Man, tomorrow never comes. You got to fight hard every day. It never gets easy. This is what you got to realize. There's not like some magic formula that all of a sudden you're going to be super disciplined and everything's going to be just gravy and you're going to get down to your goal weight just overnight. It is daily discipline. I'll say it gets easier to be disciplined, although the discipline doesn't necessarily get easier. To me, it's kind of like when I was jogging, when I was trying to learn how to jog and run and breathe correctly and jog farther and faster. And you get better and better and better at it, but it's still just as hard because you were running 12 minute miles and now you're running 10-minute miles and then 9-minute miles. So it's like you don't just get better at it and all of a sudden everything's so easy. I mean, yeah, you could go back to where you were, but you never want to, right? So part of being successful in goal achievement is just grinding it out and feeling that discipline every day, reminding yourself. Just the other day, 2 days ago, I hung up I had a medium sized, like a no sleeve tap out shirt. I'm not like the biggest tap out fan as far as a clothing brand goes, but it's a nice shirt and it looked great on me when I weigh a lot less, like I did when I bought that shirt, which was like 10 years ago. Made a weight loss bet, got down to like 210, 212 pounds, something like that. I was buying medium pants and medium shorts and was just felt amazing. I couldn't believe it. It was a weight loss bet, and the money, and the guy started arguing with me about religious things during the weight loss bet, and it overcame me with desire to win. Like, I have to win because I have to prove my religion. I have to prove, that I'm not backing down. And it was like a 3 month, I think it was a 45 day or 90-day bet. I almost think it was 45 days. And I fasted for 6 days and ate light for 2 days and fasted for 6 days and ate light for 2 days the whole time. Lost tons and tons of weight, won the bet. And, that's one of those things where I tell you, you can't have a goal like that, though. You can be driven by those kind of things, but you have to keep going. That'd be an intermittent goal. So you have to keep going. My goal weight's 170. Am I going to be happy as all kind of happy when I get back down to 230, 220, 210? Yes, I'm going to be overjoyed at every step of the way, but you have to stay focused. So I took that shirt, one, to remind me I want to fit in it, but two, to remind me that you don't stop. It's never going to be easy. You're going to grind. When I get down to 170, I'm going to be on a daily grind for the rest of my life to stay 170. So I have that shirt hung in my kitchen right now. And I have it's kind of walking towards my kitchen. There's a coat rack. And I just hung this little medium, no sleeve tap out shirt on the coat rack. Matter of fact, I should take a picture of it and put it on my channel just to motivate myself and let people remember, like, it helps. It helps to have this key, this motivator, because you're always going to be hungry. Not necessarily hungry. Like, you have physical hunger, you have emotional hunger, and more than anything, which I'm finally learning, because I thought I must be emotionally eating because I'm not actually hungry. I'm eating out of habit. So, and it's more like if you eat 10 times a day and that's your habit, your body's going to get hungry. That habit hungry. It's not physical hunger. It's like habit hunger 10 times a day. If you break it down and start eating once a day, just eat lunch every day, 1,800 calories of just perfect macros full of nutrition, nothing but clean, whole foods. You won't be hungry for breakfast. You won't be hungry for dinner. You'll just be hungry for lunch. Like, it's a fact. So you have to keep on grinding to this goal. And having this little visual motivator is really helping me out. Guys, if you're checking me out for the first time, thanks for stopping by. Please give me that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't be afraid to give me the gems, the stickers, the super thank you, which I've never had in 3 years, but that'll be awesome when it happens. But I know, look at me, guys. I'm not ripped. I started out at 315 pounds. I'm down to like 240. I think I was 243 this morning, which is not terrible for me, but not good either. Recovering from a stroke from a few months ago. Well, two months ago, just over about 9 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago. As far as that goes, it's like I'm recovering extremely rapidly. It was in my cerebellum, so I couldn't walk for a week, and then I could barely walk for another week, and started walking around with a walker, and I'm back to somewhat normalcy, trying to work out and get, but stay fit. Don't wait to have a stroke. Don't wait to get diabetes. Go hard all the time. Get hot and don't stop. And so I just wanted to get on here quick, go live. It's a little late for my bike ride. It's like 8 o'clock, and I was on here for about, how long have I been on here? I've been on here about 20 minutes already, 30 minutes. And 25 minutes I've been on here. And I was like, oh, let me bust out and go live, and maybe I can inspire somebody and it's, do you need to eat less? Yes. Do you need to move more? Yes. Is it a lot more complicated than that? Yeah. But it's simple in its plan. It's just that crunching discipline that can overcome you, that you have to just march forward every day. But like I said, the more you discipline yourself, when I was jogging half marathons and I would go out, the first run I went on, I ran around a block. This was before I was training for a half marathon, but I knew I wanted to get back in shape. I ran around a block, and I literally thought I was going to have to call 911 because I was like having a heat stroke. And then, a couple years later, I ran a couple marathons. I ran 4 half marathons, easily, no stopping, felt fine, no collapsing, just jogged. First one I jogged like 12-minute miles, and then I worked my way up to like 10:27, I think, minute mile. Which is still slow, is still way back in the pack, but hey, for a 200, I think I was 251 pounds the first one I ran, and then the faster one I ran, I was like 235 pounds, somewhere in there. I'd actually got down to 220 pounds training for that race, but towards the end, when I'm running super long training runs, like 12, 14 miles, my hunger really increases. And so that's why I say, you don't have to go crazy on working out if it's messing you up eating. And everybody's different. If you don't have tons of body fat, pretty much none of this advice applies to you. If you're muscular and ripped, especially if you're young, I'm 53. If you're 63, 73, got a beer belly, man, a lot of this applies to you. Are bananas good for you? Yeah, if you're thin and healthy and young. Are they going to increase your blood sugar, and which will increase your insulin, which will make you not be able to burn body fat, especially as you get older? Yeah. So just know where you're at. Bananas are good for you, especially when you're 170. Now, when I get to 170, I'm gonna be eating bananas. I'm gonna be retired in the Philippines and chilling, living in the tropical paradise. But for now, I'm sticking to the drop the carbs so that you can drop your insulin, drop that glucose level, get a healthy A1C as far as being diabetic and pre-diabetic. It's ridiculous how many Americans. I was watching a video yesterday. They estimated 90% of Americans will be diabetic or pre-diabetic in the next 10 years, and how many of them won't even realize it. It's already went up by tens of millions in the last couple decades. It's just crazy. It's when you do your research as far as the food pyramid and the food regulations that came out after World War II, it's obvious what happened. Because pre 1950, there was hardly anybody overweight in America, in the United States. And then by the time you hit the 70s, it's a continuous climb upwards. The 80s, it still was, it wasn't so common. Like if you were in a grade school, you would only see 1 or 2, obese children in the class. Now, what is it? You only see 1 or 2 healthy kids in the class. It's just crazy how far we've come in a negative way. But we can bounce back, and that's why I say Don't wait for the easy times. Don't wait for it to some magic pill to fall in your lap and all of a sudden you're going to be disciplined. You're not. It's you just got to go and you got to start now. I'd almost say if you're watching right now, one, give me the thumbs up. Two, start doing something. Watch my other videos about, drink water, go for a walk, breathing exercises. I've been doing Tai Chi. I just did like a 7-minute morning Tai Chi. I'll get up and make some tea or scramble some eggs or something. But before that, as I'm in the kitchen, I'll just throw my phone on the counter. We have a little center island. I'll throw it on there and just put morning Tai Chi workout. And it's easy. You're stretching and balancing, and it's kind of like yoga, but it's even easier. You're in and out, and you're gathering your spread, and you're dipping, your dive, and you're pushing, your pull. And I mean, Tai Chi can be a pretty awesome, pretty easy workout. Hello, Savak. 6660 6660. What is your from? I'm gonna guess, where are you from? I am in the United States. I am in Minnesota. Um, I am in central, south of the Twin Cities, Minnesota. Freezing cold winter out. I normally like to go for long walks, but in the snow and ice, and especially recovering from a stroke where I don't want to slip on the ice, still have a little balance issue, not much, but it's still there. So I almost threw this exercise bike away over the summer, but thankfully my wife talked me into keeping it. I love us and people us. Oh, I love the U.S. and the people of the U.S. Oh, thank you so much. Where are you from? Savak? Maybe you're Slovakian? Somewhere over there. Great to see anybody from anywhere in the world. Iran. Oh, even better. Bless you, brother. Glad to see you on the channel. My wife is from the Philippines. She's only been in the United States for about a year, 15 months. And yeah, I like to travel around the world and experience other cultures and meet other people. This commenter's talking about I love the U.S. and people, most Americans don't have anything against anybody. If you turn off the news and you go outside, one, like the relationship between white people and black people is nowhere near as bad as people would think if you watch the news. I love every black person I see just like every other person I see. It's not that I don't notice their color, but it's that I don't consider it as some form of who they are. It's just, we're all people. Race, being a Christian and reading the Bible, which I respect you, whatever your religion is, it doesn't even mention race. It doesn't, when God's creating all the people, it doesn't even mention that there's white people, black people, Asian people, indigenous people. It's just people. We just created people. And I mean, I agree. I believe he created all people. Some people believe there was one race that turned into all the other races. That's not what I believe, but if that's what you believe, that's fine too. Still love you. Still want to be your friend. The channel's about weight loss, but it's more about life, especially since a stroke. It's like, I was gonna say, especially since a stroke, it helps me. I'm more focused on just enjoying every minute of life. Now, I'm not planning. I'm planning for retirement, but I'm not like overly obsessed about the future. Certainly not obsessed about the past. I mean, I have a bunch of things to complain about the past, but you just let it go. It's over. You can't change it. You move on. And that's kind of how the future is, like the future is going to be what it is. Oh, the commenter said, do you know who my profile picture is? I'm on my phone, and the comments, it shows a small picture about 1/8 of an inch big to the left, but I cannot really see it. It's maybe some type of officer. I don't know. It looks like a hat on a person. Can't really tell. But what I can tell is, that I'm here for everybody, and that I hope, the channel. I've been bucking on this channel now for almost exactly 3 years. I started right at the end of December, 3 years ago. I weighed 270 pounds the day I started it. I was frustrated because I had ran several half marathons at 220, 30, 40 pounds. And then I ballooned back up to 270 because I started dating a person that didn't want to train or leave the house ever. Not her fault at all. Totally my fault for pinning myself down like that. But so when that relationship ended, I was like, that's it. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and just document my weight loss and document my journey. It's difficult to lose weight. If anything, I'm gonna have, let's say in the next year I get down to my goal weight, or even the next 3 years, I've been on here already 3 years. So let's say it takes 3 years and I weigh 170. I'll have a 6 year video documentation proof of the ups and downs and the battles and the struggles and how hard it can be to get down to your goal weight, especially with the chips are definitely stacked against you at the grocery store, on TV. That's why don't watch television, don't watch videos, I mean, that have commercials about food definitely don't watch politics and the divisiveness in this country, and especially, I mean, all over the world, but especially in this country. You got half the people wanting to kill the other half the people, and it's just never been that. I was telling my wife, I'm 53, so I remember the 70s vaguely. I remember like Jimmy Carter being president, Ronald Reagan, people didn't even know what Democrat and Republican, left and right. I remember all my friends, I never knew if their parents voted one way or the other, and I never cared, and neither did anybody else. My parents never talked about politics. My friends never did. Their parents never did. I mean, I lived in a huge apartment complex where there was all these buildings and people and kids and families hanging out all day, every day, especially in the summer, and you never heard politics. And now it's like, it's the only thing. You have to pick a side. And matter of fact, just the way I'm talking is making people assume what side I'm on, because that's how divisive the country has become. It's become a black or white, a left or right. You can't be an individual. You're on this team or you're on that team, and even if you're not on one of the teams, we'll just say you are, because we want to hate everybody that's not on our team. So that is that. So let's see, we're up to, boy, I'm over 315 miles on the treadmill, or on the bike. Just started using it like a month ago. Maybe not even. All right, 35 minutes in. How far am I up to? Got to be close to like 10 miles by now. My wife is irritating me. There she goes. Oh yeah, just past 10 and a half miles. So it can be difficult to get to 15 miles on my bike every day, but I will admit, that would be the time if I was going to say, all right, you can watch some YouTube videos and you can watch some self-help. I listen to self-help audiobooks or self-help YouTube videos. I watch guys, there's tons of doctors that promote pretty healthy lifestyles and diets compared to the mainstream, especially your doctor. I tell my doctor, she's one of those, like a nurse practitioner or one of those she's way up there though. She's like one of the higher level ones. I think it's the highest one you can get. So she's okay, but she'll be trying to argue with me about, you got to take this medication or that medication. And I was like, my goal is to not be on medication. So I'm not like wanting to take more and more to fix a problem. I want to fix the problem without it. I said, I'll take my blood pressure meds because I believe that's what gave me the stroke. I said, but as soon as I lose 20 more pounds, I'm off that thing. Of course, I'll still check it and, I'll take it if I need it, but I'm not taking it if I don't need it. I'm only on 5 milligrams of a blood pressure medication. And then I do take an 81 milligram, 81, like a baby aspirin, because supposedly it helps your platelets not stick together. But you certainly wouldn't know. Your doctor certainly doesn't know. They don't know anything about, how the drugs work. They don't know anything about nutrition. I mean, I could ask my doctor, and the fact that she's not an actual doctor, I'm wondering if she might have had 0 hours of nutrition in her training, because you got to learn, you got to know about all these medications. You got to know how to fill out insurance paperwork. I mean, there's a lot of work. They are swamped. They are busy. They are professional. They're smart. They know a lot. They just don't know a lot about what we need to know as far as how to be free and live healthy without all them medications. But take them if you need them. Do your thing. A lot of them are made out of health or like natural ingredients anyway. Like I've told people years ago, if they could prescribe you, um, if they could prescribe an apple. What do you call it when you get a they make it their formula. You need an apple a day, and we own apples. Well, they don't, so they can't give you that. If they could, that's what you need. Peel the apple. Oh my God, guys, did I tell you about the apples? Like I never eat the apple skin anymore, and I've eaten it my whole life. And about a month or two ago, I just took a steak knife and got an apple out of the fridge because I had saw a video about it, and then I just scraped it along the apple all around it, and it's just thick coating of wax, and it's a lot. It is not some minor amount. It is like caramel apple dipped in wax, and it is a lot of it. And you just think, oh, it's not harmful to your health. It doesn't digest. Man, I don't trust what it's made out of, the ingredients in it. I know it, I mean, obviously it's going in your stomach, and if it can be digested or not, what leaches out of it as it's sitting in your stomach and going all the way through your intestines until it gets out of you again. What parts of it got in your body? No thanks. So yeah, eat some clean food. Eat eggs, eat meat. The biggest thing I think dietarily that people misunderstand, that I've always misunderstood, say for example, is like high cholesterol. And if you believe that caused my stroke, because I have pretty high low density lipoprotein. And I'll say, okay, I'm buying into that. It needs to be under 100, and mine was like 160 at the time. Hopefully I'm getting it down because I've been working out a lot more. But so you think, okay, if that's from fat, then you don't want to eat fat. Like if you read the food pyramid from the 70s, like what my mom gave me, you can see why they did it. It seems justified. When you do a little more research, you know it's not, but it seems reasonable. You don't want fat in your blood, so don't eat fat. But then you eat nothing but fat, and then your low density lipoprotein drops down to half, and now you're under it, and it's because it's that insulin. Once you get the insulin resistance, your body starts making that bad insulin. It's like a side effect. It's crazy. Cholesterol is a vastly misunderstood product in the body. Your body makes it every day, like 1,000 milligrams of it. It needs it. Every cell is surrounded by cholesterol. It's like a protective shell for every cell of your body. Of course, that's the good stuff. You have the free floating stuff, the high density lipoprotein in your blood, which rises from working out and eating right. But it's more eating bad that gives you the bad than eating right gives you the good. It's like working out gives you the good. And when you have the high density lipoproteins pumping through your blood veins, your blood vessels and your veins, it's cleaning them out. It's actually like an aid. It's like I've watched videos even talking about it's like an anti-inflammatory. Like if you're stressed out, your body creates cholesterol to like help you. But that low density, like I said, you don't know anything about it. I don't know. We're not scientists. I don't have some kind of microscope to look at foods and look at my blood and see this stuff in there. I gotta believe what they're saying. I gotta believe, it's just you believe there's vitamins. Like you have no proof. A, B, C, D, E. You don't know. None of them could even exist for all we know. But we're believing it because people said it, and a lot of people said it, and then they said it again, and so okay, now we believe it. But you can always believe what works for you. Like when I did carnivore last year, right at this same time, I did it for like 2 months, and I lost significant weight. And the only reason I did plateau out, but it's like you start cheating a little more and cheating a little more, and oh, I can cheat a little and still lose weight, and pretty soon you're cheating a lot and you're not losing weight. But sometimes, you still keep the weight off at least. I mean, I kind of agree with like you can cycle. You don't have to be perfect disciplined, and I'm not even saying be on the carnivore diet, but I'm kind of doing the keto diet now just because it's not so ridiculously restrictive. Although there's videos all over the internet of especially the steak and butter gal or butter and steak girl or whatever her name is. I think she's Asian. Yeah, she's Asian, and she was a vegetarian for 10 or 20 years. Had just cystic. She had that that red all over her face and skin. What do you call that? Psoriasis. She had really bad psoriasis all over her body, even as a vegan. Bloated, chubby face, chubby belly, not like fat, but like bloated. And she couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. But some reason, somehow, it led to, and she's not the only one. There's stories all over the internet like this. It led her to the carnivore diet. Not just keto, but carnivore. Just meat, bacon and eggs, steak, butter, you know. And now her skin is perfectly clear, and her stomach is flat, and she's ripped, and she's, just a healthy body weight, you know. I mean, a woman that's healthy looks like a model. I mean, if you're, like a man, I was born male. I didn't know why, but I mean, I think by 5 years old, I was attracted to females. I didn't even know why. But 10, 20 years ago, I was joking with my sons. Well, no, it must have been 10 years ago because they're not that old. One's over 20, but I was saying any woman that's not overweight is attractive. And it's pretty, and and I didn't say it about men because I'm a man, but it's the same thing. Like if you're healthy weight, you wouldn't, you're going to attract a mate. It's just nature. We're meant to be with each other, be fruitful and multiply. And hey, I just multiplied. I had number 6. How many American men, especially American white men, can say they have 6 kids in 2025 and just had one? That's got to be rare because, it's expensive to have a kid nowadays. It's rare to even be in a successful relationship nowadays. The Western world is just collapsing. But hey, I'm trusting in God. The Bible's coming to pass exactly as it's written. Some things are going to happen here shortly, and we're going to just keep bucking. We can keep believing. All right, guys, my butt is getting sore. We're still pumping. Just get the 15 miles in every day. Yesterday I got in 20, 22 miles. A lot of times it's just a matter of getting distracted. Just like throw your phone down and watch a TV show for a half hour. Or, go as long as you can till you want to quit. Like I want to quit right now. So I'm going to turn the video off, and then I'm just going to throw a video on my phone and put it in front of me and just see if I can go for a little while longer. I'm at like 13 and a half, 14 miles right now. So anyway, guys, as you know, Jesus loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in the next video.